and we're very, very luckily joined by LGSM, I believe. Welcome to Shout Out, guys.
Right, thank you.
Which is Lesbian and Gay Support the Minors, in case you didn't know.
Yes, very famous from the film Pride. That is you guys, isn't it?
That is us indeed, yes.
It is, yeah. I love the film. What did you guys think when you actually first saw it?
Relief, I think, was the main thing.
Yeah.
But also, a kind of great sense of pride in the film.
Yeah.
It's really true to life.
It was interesting being taken back in time to that time, and realising just how oppressive things actually were back then.
That's right. I mean, we've come on an awful long way in terms of lesbian and gay rights. I think it's also important to remember that the strike, the miners' strike, was a massive defeat. So in many ways we're still living with the effects of that defeat, and we can see that in what's happening in terms of workplace rights, in terms of the attacks on trade unions, the attacks on the right to strike.
But it's great to see you guys are still going as well. Am I correct in saying you did the London Pride as well?
Yeah, we've been invited to all sorts of Pride marches. We've been having an absolutely fantastic time. I must say it's great to be here in Bristol in what's effectively a sponsor-free zone.
Yes.
It's nice not to be kind of playing second fiddle to Barclays Bank and Starbucks.
Well, sometimes it's nice to have a bit of corporate investment, because the money always comes in handy, of course. But,
yes, I don't think any of us have any objections to the money. I think what we're concerned about is the kind of corporatisation of pride across the world without any kind of regard to ethical issues.
Yeah.
So a company like Starbucks, which simply doesn't pay its taxes in this country, we would have issues with that. So.
Well, as you said, Bristol Pride isn't sponsored by anyone. It is, and I think they do a really good job because it is free. But if you are listening and you're planning on coming down, do throw a few quid in the bucket, or better still, buy the £5 wristband, because you get cheap drinks and cheap food and the like from the stalls here, and it all helps support Pride, which is a really good thing.
Absolutely,
so.
They're only asking for a £3 donation for a really fantastic event. So
Yes.
if you're not here already, come down straight away.
Yes, loads of things going on. But what was it like to? Because you led the march, didn't you?
Well, we were scheduled to lead the march. I'm afraid we were rather late. We were held up in traffic. So we joined in the march at the nearest kind of opportune space. And we went in with a Labour and Trade Union contingent, which is really where we need to be. So we were really pleased with that.
So Gethin, you were in the original march that happened in the late 70s. Is that right?
I was one of the organisers of the London Gay Pride March in the early 80s. So,
oh wow!
Yes, the march. There are two marches in the film. The one which starts it, which was the 1984 march, and the one which finishes, which is the 85 march. I was an organiser for both of those.
Fantastic. But our other two guests here are very much younger than yourself.
We have Ida and Semih with us as well.
Yeah, if I can just say something about Lesbians Gay Support Minors 2014, which is the group that reformed to take advantage of the interest in the film for kind of political and radical causes, and has attracted a fantastic group of young activists. And as you say, we have Semih, who's here from Turkey, and Ida from Norway, who are all involved in the kind of work that we were doing 30 years ago and carrying that forward in modern times.
Brilliant. Can I just ask Semih very quickly? Semih, are you from Istanbul? I mean, I'm just making an assumption there.
I'm currently living in London, but I'm a Turkish LGBT activist.
So were you at Pride in Istanbul when it all kicked off just a few weeks ago?
I was not in Istanbul that time, but all friends were marching that day, and I have been in contact with them all day.
You have, and is everybody safe and sound now after all that's happened?
And sorry, can you repeat?
Yeah, I was going to say everybody's safe now after all the violence.
I mean, there are injuries, like people who got injured, but it seems like people, it's fine now, but still the oppression goes on in different forms. For instance, I just read a news today that in Bursa there's going to be the first time an LGBT pride march. Bursa is another city in Turkey, but the governor of Bursa was like, no, we are not going to let this happen.
He doesn't want to let them do it.
Yeah. So far, maybe it would be good to give a very brief summary of what's going on, because so far it was state policy was more of a ignoring LGBT rights issues. Homosexuality is not criminal in Turkey, but the thing is you know, we have been exposed to systematic discriminations by the state, and we were demanding our rights. There is a very strong LGBT movement in Turkey.
But that's why it's important to have the Pride marches, isn't
and
it?
It's
keep
getting
them
bigger
going,
and bigger.
so.
Last year, 100,000 people marched in Istanbul. So it's a huge thing, and government could not ignore anymore that, and it became like more of an issue to sort of a political thing that they needed to oppress. So they had this attack.
That's brilliant.
And Ida, you're from Norway. What are things like over in Norway?
So in Norway we're dealing with a lot of the similar things that we have in the UK. So we've got a conservative government, and there's attacks on working people, attacks on disabled people, attacks on union activity. And in Norway actually it was really amazing because the film has inspired a group to be set up, which is Lesbians and Gays Support the Dockers.
Oh,
so
right.
dock workers on strike in Norway at the moment, and they have created a banner that looks like the original LGSM banner that they've been taking to the prides in Bergen and in Oslo.
Oh, that's fantastic! I love little stories like that. Where something inspires something.
And LGSM now seems like a multinational organisation now. It's not just a British thing.
A lot of people in the UK, we know what the laws are like here, but we don't really know about it in other countries. Is it okay to be openly homosexual in Norway?
Yes, yeah, it is. It is. I mean, still, same as in the UK, where it's okay, but you know, if you're
Have
poor,
you got marriage equality over there yet? Do you know?
Yes, we
you
do.
have.
Yeah,
oh,
we
that's
do.
good. That's good. When did that happen?
A few years back.
Right.
But I think the point though is that like it's okay, we have marriage equality, and you know, like workplace discrimination is illegal and so on. But if you're poor, or if you're unemployed, or if you're disabled, or if you're an ethnic minority group, there's still massive challenges.
Yeah, well, a lot of people forget that Pride isn't just a party. It is about pointing out the fact that, you know, we are all equal. And Pride isn't just an LGBT event. It is open to everyone, families and straight people, and also, and looking around, when you look out there are families and people just enjoying themselves, which is lovely, isn't it? So. Anyway, thank you very much to all three of you for coming to talk to us. It's been lovely. Enjoy your day at Pride, won't you?
Thank you, we will.
Absolutely brilliant.
And we're going to cross to the stage now and see what's going on there. And,